We are live. Bitcoin broke all-time high again. This was the second time in the past 24 hours. Yes, you heard that correctly. Bitcoin broke all-time high again. We've got a lot of Ethereum news. We have HBAR news. We have XRP news. We've got all kinds of stuff to cover today. But most importantly, let's celebrate a brand new Bitcoin all-time high. Because again, without Bitcoin, we wouldn't have crypto and it wouldn't be where it is today. This is exciting stuff, you guys. I'm very, very excited. If you guys don't know, I'm WendyO. I talk everything crypto every single day. This is the O Show. Make sure to like, drop me a comment because I read all the comments, subscribe, and set all alerts. Now, let's go ahead and give a big shout out to our channel members. And Mr. Lawrence, thank you so much for being a channel member. I am actually feeling a lot better today. I was really under the weather yesterday, but I feel a bit better. So thank you so much for asking. But good morning to Mr. R, to Mr. Legend, Mr. D, Mr. Alpha Junkies, Mixing, my little producer, Mr. R again, Mr. John Germain watching me on Memorex, of course, Lawrence, and then everybody else. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's get going because we got a lot to cover. And I might sneeze again. I don't know. And I didn't put enough foundation on my face because it's like, look at it's all like, there's this big spot here. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so the entire market's green. The entire market is green. I don't know what the hell this is. This is Meme Core. Don't know what it is. Happy for them. Congratulations. PP is up. ADA is up. WIF, Pengu, Bonk, everything. Everything is up. HBAR 7%. We got a special HBAR announcement I can't wait to talk to you guys about. But Bitcoin broke all-time high. We broke all-time high. I guess I'm going to cover the charts first since we're here. Oh my God, we're at $113,000. We broke all-time high again. Oh my God. Wow. I want to show you guys the Big Daddy Chad chart that we look at and we pay attention to. Why do we pay attention to this chart? Because it just gives key areas. It gives key areas over here. Got to move all our stuff over. All right, that was a conflict dipperoonie. All right, I just want to show you guys kind of what's going on over here. Yeah, this one was a conflict dip that we had, and this one was the Elon and Trump spat that was right over here. So these are kind of important to have, but more just this is the chart that we really pay attention to. And the reason why is it gives us key areas of support and resistance. Obviously, you can have outliers that happen, especially if you take a look at the daily chart. You can see these little dips here. This is when Elon and Trump fought, and this is when the conflict, there was like some crazy conflict stuff happening. But most importantly, the levels between like 100 and 102.6 and $111,000 were key. They were absolutely key. So my next area is target is going to be 125. We'll probably hit like 120 for like, well, obviously we'll hit 120 first, but 120, I would imagine to see a little bit of volatility here. Primarily because it's a psychological number. When you get even numbers, it does matter. And then 125. But things are looking good. If we take a look at market CIPHER, we look like we're on our way up. We're still climbing. So we just need to close really above $111,000 today, really. But other than that, Bitcoin is amazing. And also, if you guys want to trade to me, we are currently on Femex for you degens. We're on Bitcoin IRA. They're a channel partner. We got them right over there on the side. If you guys want to create custom Bitcoin crypto portfolios, like IRAs and those types of things, they also offer staking. Check them out. And then of course Kraken, for those of you who are just kind of cold chilling over there. Okay, I'd like to give you options. But anyways, this is what Bitcoin's doing, and it's amazing. Ethereum is rocking right now, rocking to about $2,800. We're trading at $2,800. We're getting ready to flip this key area of resistance here at 2864, which is important because of these areas over here back in 23, 2025. And then from there, we got $3,000, and I cannot wait for us to get to that $10,000 Ethereum. And I know again, you guys, I am a bag holder. A shout out to Miss Gorgeous Alexandra. She's a channel member. But also too, again, you guys, I'm an Ethereum bag holder, so I need to hit $10,000. So I'm just going to continue to be delusional. Okay. As far as Solana goes, Solana's trading above 157. Ethereum looks a little bit more impressive. SUI went absolutely insane and popped above 334. Now it's trading at 340. So next area to target would be about 352. So we really just need to focus on these key areas of support and that were resistance getting flipped into support. XRP is rocking upward as well. Really, really nice price action here. Key support is at $2.40. Next target is going to be 263. So congratulations to the XRP army. I've got some XRP stories for you coming up, so be patient. Chainlink is finally moving. We're hitting resistance at 1480. So let's just hope that we hold here above 1407. And I will redo the charts for you guys. Okay. Cardano's moving as well nicely, trading at 65 cents. HBAR Heck yeah, this thing shot up like crazy, and it could be because of the Kraken listing. HBAR is officially listed on Kraken. So if you guys want to check that out, play around with that, do whatever it is, that's going to be one for you. And they also listed dog as well, my favorite Bitcoin meme coin. So congratulations to the dog community and the HBAR community, and congratulations to Kraken for being just kind of the people's choice right now. Really kind of the people's choice as far as spot crypto exchanges. Now let's go ahead and cover the news. Okay. Let's cover the news because we've got a lot to cover. We're going to talk about, we'll start with Bitcoin stuff. So update, 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin shorts are set to be liquidated if Bitcoin hits $120,000. $120,000. So that's the next target too. And obviously I didn't even look at that because I haven't had a chance. I read part of, I was reading part of my articles and stuff, but didn't get to do all of it because like I'm a hot mess this morning. I'm a big hot mess. But anyways, with that being said, sorry, my mind, I'm tired. And with that being said, $120,000 is a psychological area, and I'm not really big on using leverage this cycle. I'm just kind of holding on my stuff spot. Buying and selling, holding spot. Also with Bitcoin ETF assets under management nears 150 billion amid treasury allocations, staking products, and new filings. The following is excerpted from the Block's Data Insights newsletter, and they also say that spot Bitcoin ETF assets under management continue to rise, and they will do so. And again, we have traditional finance that's in the game. Everybody's in the game right now with these Bitcoin ETFs that are just, it's better off for you guys holding Bitcoin, but y'all do what you want to do. And we're just going to see continuous growth, in my personal opinion, when it comes to a lot of these Bitcoin ETFs. Also, too, really quickly back to this story, the $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin shorts that are set to be liquidated at $120,000. This leads me to think that we will hit $120,000 to get all of these shorts liquidated, because that's what these boys do. These guys, these ladies, these people that are in the trenches. When I hear the word trenches, I hear the word, I think of like using leverage, not the meme coin stuff. But I wouldn't be surprised if we hit $120,000. It would be a scam look up and then drop down. Again, I'm not calling that. I just give my opinion on the market. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that happen. Now, this is from Mr. Eric B over here. He says, record closing prices paid for both QQQ and IBIT. Good job, everyone. Oh, Dime, this is a cute one over here. I love that one. So again, this is just showing that people are very interested in Bitcoin, which makes sense. Also, too, there was a story that broke from Mr. Trump. Apparently, we're going to have a 50% tariff on copper. So I don't know if that's good for the tweakers or not, but we'll have to see about that. And that could be why Bitcoin is numbers going up, as people are using that as a hedge. Now, the next story over here is going to be from Mr. Michael Saylor. Strategy now has 24. What is this? $1, $2, $3 billion in unrealized profit on its Bitcoin investment. If I said that incorrectly, I apologize. It's got to be 24 billion. Oh my God. It's a lot of money. So it makes sense that that he just held. He just held, right? Now let's get into XRP price action, okay? Because according to Cointelegraph, they said XRP hits a 7-week high at 239 as 2,742 whale wallets holding 1 million XRP now control 43.32 billion coins, near an all-time high. And they're just talking about 7-week all-time high. To me, this isn't really that great of a story, just because I think XRP is going to do its thing and appreciate in price when it's ready to do so. And a 7-week high, not really that big of a deal to me, but people seem to like this type of content. Also, too, according to CoinDesk, open interest in XRP options are near 100 million. And XRP options open interest has surged nearly to 98 million, the highest since August 2023. Traders are piling in as volatility spikes, with yields on short-term contracts drawing speculation and yield hunters. So all this is telling me right here is that they're to expect volatility in the markets, especially when it comes to XRP. And when I used to trade XRP and use a little bit of leverage, it was always the most volatile one, top 100 coin to do. So it was always really, really tricky, but it was well worth it. So if you're trading XRP, congratulations to you. Things are getting hectic. Now let's go ahead and talk about Hedera, partners over Hedera Foundation, because they got some stuff. So Hedera joins Project Asaya. I know I butchered that. I apologize. But anyways, this in this story over here, 24 industry participants were chosen to test wholesale tokenized asset markets in Australia. 19 pilot use cases plus 5 proof of concept. Asset classes include fixed income, private markets, trade receivables, carbon credits. Settlement assets include stablecoins, deposit tokens, pilot wholesale CBDC, and testing on multiple platforms, including Hedera. Testing over the next 6 months, and the report expected as Q1 2026. And they basically, this is really for Australia, but they just want to advance Australia's digital finance ecosystem and explore tokenized markets to support economic growth. So it's stablecoin summer, and that's what we seem to see happening. And kind of just to piggyback off of that a little bit is all Franklin Templeton products will one day be on chain, executive says. So we're talking about tokenizing everything and putting everything on chain. That's why I tell you guys to pay attention to projects that are AI, DeFi, and RWAs that kind of have those three sectors over there. Because again, everything will be on chain, and tokenization, well, RWA and tokenization is pretty much the same thing. So if Franklin Templeton's going to do it, I probably would continue to pay attention, in my personal opinion. Now, I do want to play this little clip over here for you guys, because apparently they were chatting about Hedera over at Catch CBO, Gregory L. Bell, excuse me, you guys. I'm very overstimulated right now. On NASDAQ, Trade Talks discussing Hedera stablecoins and tokenization development. It is stablecoin summer. Why do I keep saying it's stablecoin summer? Well, we continue to get story after story after story after story about stablecoins. Even over here, we talked about, I posted about Hedera Foundation, the Australia stablecoin thing earlier, but also to C Network. Circle is launching native USDC and CCTP cross-chain transfer protocol on C Network. So it's going to continue to be stable coins all over in every single ecosystem. Remember, we've got some policy stuff coming up at the end of the show, so listen to that because next weekend is going to be massive. We got this anti-CBDC Act, the Clarity Act, and the Genius Act. So we'll get into that. But really quickly, back to Hedera. So let's go ahead and listen to this. This is 21 minutes. We won't be listening to it because it's a bit long, but I did want to go ahead and chat with you about this a little bit because the focus here was about how stablecoins, tokenization, and new payment solutions are reshaping traditional finance and DeFi. Again, in this particular conversation here, they chatted on tokenization and payment solutions. To me, that sounds like DeFi. Well, and they said they're reshaping traditional finance and DeFi. So I don't know. I probably pay attention to that over here. And again, you guys, HBAR is officially live on Kraken. So if you guys want to trade that, I've got the ref link down below. Now, segueing into a little bit of a TradFi platform over here, we have got Robinhood. So Robinhood is now offering staking for U.S. customers, Ethereum and Solana. And again, Bitcoin IRA does that as well. But one of the things I want to remind you guys, not your keys, not your coins. So I think it's a cool thing. And shout out to Mr. Gamer. I think it's a cool thing. But again, got to make sure all this stuff is safe and whatnot. And I always say that because it's important, because I think a lot of times, especially when we're in the hype of the market, we tend to forget the risks associated with not holding your keys and not practicing good OPSEC and all that type of stuff. Now, I also want to give a shout out to our partners over at Binance over here because they are just doing crazy stuff, and they're going to be celebrating their 8th year birthday, I believe, next week, which is crazy. I think so. I've been in crypto. I've been in crypto since 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I've been in crypto just as long as Binance has been in crypto, or Binance was created, which is cool. Really, really cool. So again, Binance leads spot trading with 2 trillion volume, which is approximately 42% market share. Tops Bitcoin perpetual futures with 4.1 trillion volume, which is a 38% market share. And Binance holds the largest stablecoin reserves, which again, stablecoin summer, $31.67 billion, 60% of top exchanges. And the top exchange is on-chain altcoin transaction and USDT on Tron. And Binance is outperforming competitors like Crypto.com, Bybit, OKX, and BitGet across key metrics, which is not anything really surprising to me, primarily just because Binance has been around so long, and CZ is an absolute chat. And again, no shade to anybody else, no shade at all. But at the same time, like it kind of is what it is. They're out here, they're doing stuff, and they're pretty reputable exchange. And I think they were one of the first ones to post proof of reserves. Okay. Now, some quick, really annoying, like little legal stuff, but this is important for you guys to know, okay? And I'll have Scott do a video for us about this particular story, but I just wanted to bring it up that the Treasury officially removes crypto broker reporting rules, which is a big deal. The regulation under details how decentralized crypto exchanges or DeFi exchanges report customer transaction information for tax purposes to the U.S. government. So this little issue that we had, it's completely gone now. And again, I'll have Scott come on to explain what this means. Also, Miss Ellie over here, she came out to say the banking GOP is now planning to drop its market structure discussion draft next week, which again, next week, the 14th to the 20th, is going to be a big week for crypto. We have the Genius Act, which is the Stablecoin Act. We have the Anti-CBDC Act, and we have the Clarity Act, okay? And she says that it does need to be refined a little bit. And then she goes on to say the House Ways and Means Oversight Subcommittee rescheduled its hearing on building a 21st century crypto tax policy framework to next Wednesday, the 16th, right in the middle of crypto week. This is actually really important. So not only are they kind of really just giving us rules and guidelines and establishing what's going on here, but now we're going to get some little tax stuff coming also. So I hope Senator Loomis is waiting because we need some good tax stuff, especially in California, because I pay too much damn taxes. Now, Mr. Hester Peirce, I love Hester. She is such a queen. She's just so iconic. So she went ahead and said some thoughts on tokenization of securities. And why is this important? Well, the reason why it's important is because she's basically giving you keys as to what is going to happen at the SEC regarding crypto regulation. So she basically talks about in her letter, or the speech that blockchain enables tokenized securities, improving capital formation and collateral use. Basically, when we're talking about tokenized securities, they're going to remain securities under federal law despite on-chain distribution. So they're going to be creating framework to indicate what is an on-chain, what is a security, and what isn't a security as far as tokenization goes. And this is going to be crucial moving forward because we have Franklin Templeton wanting to tokenize everything. We have Robinhood. We have everybody that's super into tokenization. She said issuers may tokenize their own shares or third parties may tokenize securities they hold, creating counterparty risk for buyers. Distributors must follow disclosure obligations. That was a big thing she said when I met her, is disclose. Tokens could be receipts for security or security-based swaps with related restrictions, which this gets a little bit complicated. And legal requirements apply regardless of format. Market participants are encouraged to consult the SEC for guidance. Big stuff over here. Big stuff over here. Also, it is rumored that we will be getting, we talked about this, Ray Trump and his copper. I wonder if that's going to increase, and I posted this on Twitter too. I wonder if the tariff on copper is going to be good or bad for the tweakers because they like to steal the copper, Anyways, FOMOC minutes hint at July 30th rate cut as crypto markets hold steady. So Trump has been going back and forth with Powell over there, and they're like arguing about rates. He's like, you need to do rates. No, you need to do rates. No, you need to do rates. No, you need to do rates. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen with that, but we do need to do something with rates over here. Okay. We got to do something because rates are too darn high. So once we get to like a direction with rates, we will soon know what's going to happen with the crypto markets. Because again, we've got the shout out to the Litecoin ETF, fingers crossed, but we will know some sort of we will get some sort of a direction because we got the tariffs, we got the interest rates, we got conflict. Those types of things do matter, and we are in a recession in the current state of the world over here. And really quickly, we talked yesterday about a Bitcoin mining firm, dumping all its Bitcoin. Exactly, stray dog, abolish the Fed. We talked about a Bitcoin mining firm dumping all their Bitcoin and adding their Bitcoin, their Bitcoin treasury and buying Ethereum. Okay. So there's a lot of conversation. And the reason why they said this is they said that their customers think that there's more upside on Ethereum, or their shareholders, all of that stuff. They think that they think that Ethereum has a lot more upside. And we're starting to see that narrative come out and take place. So as far as the future of Ethereum goes, I'm going to be dropping a second video for guys at 2 p.m. PT. So make sure to watch that. And again, I am an Ethereum bag holder. So of course I'm going to continue to manifest $10,000 Ethereum, but we might see some crazy Ethereum price action this cycle, primarily because people are making all these crazy moves. But anyways, I'm going to get going. I got to make a bunch of content. I forgot what else. I got to run some errands because I got dark over the weekend. So I'm just not, I don't know what's going on with myself. Anyways, I'm a hot mess. Sending you guys love and light. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And thank you to all the partners. And again, thank you so much for supporting me, guys. You have no idea how much it means. Sending you all love and light, and WendyO is out. Bye-bye.